Welcome all to issue 19 in our journey through battle games in Middle-earth. I'm Mike, and in this series we're modelling, painting and battling our way through all 91 magazines released by Games Workshop for The Lord of the Rings. Issue 19 focuses on the entrance to Moria. We'll be building and painting our own version of the Watcher's Tentacles and tackling the most ambitious build in the series so far, the doors of Durin and the entrance to Moria itself. Let's start by flicking through the magazine. Page 1 gives us a brief overview of Moria, and it lets us know that over the next few packs we'll be following the Fellowship's journey through Moria. Pages 2 to 5 offer advice on how to link scenarios, adapting rules, adapting existing scenarios and balancing and winning a campaign. Pages 6 to 11 dive through this issue's battle game, which features the Watcher in the water. We'll be building the board for this scenario in Modelling Workshop. I've had to make a few adjustments to the rules for this one, mainly because I'm limited in hobby space, so I shrank the play area and tweaked the rules so the tentacles have to drag the Fellowship off the back of the board rather than the sides and the back, but I kept 6 inches for the ground, shallow water and deep water. We'll also see that the magazine provides some paper cutouts for the Watcher Tentacles, but instead of using those, I jumped into Blender and modelled my own. Here's a quick overview of what I did, and you'll find the full tutorial linked in the description. I sculpted the tentacles in Blender, added textures to suit speed paint later, and each was rigged with an IK bone system, letting me pose them quickly and naturally. I made 8 variations, some reaching, some twisting for dramatic silhouettes. After supporting them in Photon Studio, I printed them in resin, cleaned the supports and gave them a Zenithal Prime. Painting started with Forest Green for the green skin and Crusader skin for the scales. For the base, I mixed dark wood with Tidal Wave to give a deep, murky blue. Then I applied a thin layer of Agrax Earthshade, letting it flow into the sculpted channels next to the scales for added contrast. Speed paint brought out the sculpted detail beautifully. To finish, I used satin varnish for a wet look, and around the base I topped with water texture paste for a realistic, glossy surface. We didn't get any new models this week, but we did receive these 3 new paints. I think these are still unopened. I might try rescue these and use them for something. So pages 12 and 15 go into the Citadel colour range. I really actually like these pots. This info is a bit outdated now. It has been 20 years. Does anybody still have any of these pots laying around? The collector in me really wants to find some, but the last thing I actually need is more paints. Onto the Modelling Workshop. The magazine gives us a guide for creating the lake and shoreline for the Watcher board, which is very similar to how we created rivers a few episodes ago, but I decided to go all out with this one with my own custom version of the board, complete with a glowing door and my very first resin pour. Here's a quick overview, and again, the full build is linked below. I started by planning the terrain layout with layers of XPS foam to create shallow and deep water zones. At the back, I carved the cliff face with bigger, layered rocks. Then I added extra stones and sculpted them all to the base for natural gradients. The glowing door was tricky. I painted cardboard light rock and stuck it onto clear plastic. I laser engraved the design just through the card, which creates a big enough gap to reveal the light behind. I cut a space in the cliff, carved the texture to match, and magnetised the door so it could be removed during play. Once dry, I painted the terrain, grey base, blues and browns blended in, and a dark blue ink wash for depth. Then came the resin pour. I used rice to measure the volume, I mixed in blue and brown inks and poured in layers to avoid overheating. And I ended up doing the final pour at 4 AM to finish off the resin. With the resin set, I built trees using wire armatures and filler, then I dragged a cotton bud across them to get a bark texture. Foliage was added and the trees painted and blended them into the base with hot glue and texture paste. Final touches were dirty down moss for the cliff black pigments for some shadows, and grass tufts and a painted frame. I think the build came out beautifully and it looks even better in person. And that wraps up issue 19. This one was a big one for me. If you want to print your own tentacles, then they're available to download on my Patreon. I had an unhealthy amount of fun creating this board, and I've been looking for any excuse to use resin again. Next time, we'll head inside Moria. Over the coming weeks, we'll be painting another 12 Moria goblins and constructing some underground mines. So if you want to see those, hit that subscribe button. Thanks as always to my amazing Patreon supporters. A big welcome to George, and until next time, happy modelling, painting and battling.